All right, 3, 2.
Welcome to the Football End Zone on WRMU. I'm Max. I'm joined again by my co-host Amanda after an amazing weekend of football. Amanda, what did you think about what happened this weekend?
This week, I saw an amazing turn of events from multiple teams. Games this past week were all about fighting to the finish and seeing who wanted it more and pushed to come up on top.
This weekend was definitely filled with a ton of nail-biters. To get more on this, we bring in our NFL analyst, Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the End Zone.
Thanks, Max. Great to be here.
Let's start with that crazy Steelers versus Bengals game this weekend.
That was a great game. The defenses from both teams were outstanding in the first quarter, and both offenses had to resort to the short passing game early to try and get some momentum early. But it would be the Bengals that would strike first with a pass to A.J. Green to the Steelers' 10-yard line, which would later lead to a Tyler Boyd 10-yard touchdown pass. The Steelers responded with James Conner rushing in from 4 yards to tie it up, and with a touchdown each later in the quarter, the game was tied at 14 each. It got interesting in the fourth quarter after a Steelers field goal pushed the lead to 20-14. It looked like the Bengals were done, but after getting the ball back with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in the game, Andy Dalton and the Bengals marched down 80 yards down the field in 6th place to take the lead 21-20. But Dalton left too much time on the clock for Big Ben Roethlisberger. With 1:18 left on the clock, the Steelers marched down the field, helped by a crucial defensive holding call against Kirkpatrick. And with 13 seconds left in the game, Big Ben connects with Antonio Brown for a 20-yard touchdown to win the game as the Steelers come out on top 28-21. Roethlisberger ended the day 32 for 46 for 369 yards and 1 touchdown, with Dalton going 26 for 42 for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns in the heartbreaking loss. The Steelers have a bye week this week, and the Bengals have a tough game to look forward to against the Chiefs next week.
Speaking of the Steelers' bye week, let's talk about Le'Veon Bell. He previously stated that he would report to the Steelers during the bye week, but now we have to wait and see if he will report. Or will he come back in Week 8 to prepare for the Browns and Steelers games, even though it's pretty safe to say that he might not even play that game. There's talk that he could wait until after the trade deadline on October 30th, which would take any opportunity of Pittsburgh to trade him. What are your thoughts on the matter?
Well, here's my take on the whole situation. Le'Veon Bell, the conflict between the Steelers and Bell is what is Bell valued to the Steelers. He wants to be paid like a whole wide receiver and a running back instead of just a running back, as he feels he is such a varied role in the offense. But the bottom line is the Steelers are an old school team and they see him as just a running back and wanted to pay him as such. So he decided this year that he's going to wait as long as possible and limit his chances of getting hurt before his next contract, which would be a big payday. Some people thought that he'd come back during Week 7 and try to get into football shape before risking getting hurt, but not showing up eliminates that thought. Another issue is the possibility of the trade. The Steelers don't want to trade him and lose a great running back, or probably the best running back. But also, Le'Veon Bell does not want to be traded due to the fact that he would have to learn a whole new offense in a short frame and try to find his niche when he already knows the Steelers' offense and he already knows how he fits in with the team. So the question would be, is he holding off to stop the Steelers from trading him, or will he come back with him hoping they won't? So the drama continues as everyone waits to see if he comes back to play, or if the Steelers get tired of drama continuous as everyone trade him or him getting to stop something out of it.
Now, Brandon, don't you think he should be paid a bit more like a wide receiver and running back due to the fact that they so often use him in the passing game, lining up as one of the wide receiver spots in the slot?
No, I do not. To me, his primary role is still running back, and in today's NFL, running backs do more than just line up in the backfield. Think about it this way. Should wide receivers get paid for that position and as a lineman just because they block sometimes? No, it's part of the position, and the days of specializing in positions like a back is over. You have to be versatile in the league to now survive, but you shouldn't get money for every position you are lining up in. If they did that, the salary cap would only cover 10 players on some teams instead of the 53 rosters it has today.
But with Le'Veon Bell and their passing arsenal with Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jesse James, and the newest addition to the team this year, Ryan Switzer, shouldn't he get some money for their contributions to the passing game?
Max, I agree with you. Just looking at his stats from last year, he was second in total number of receptions and third on the team in receiving yards. So he should at least get some money for being a receiver with reading the stats. Last season, Le'Veon Bell had 85 receptions on 106 targets for a total of 655 yards and 2 touchdowns, with his longest reception of 42 yards coming against the Ravens. Even though he hasn't reported yet, Le'Veon is seemingly saying that he has all the right things. He does have a passion to play for the Steelers and wants to play. He is stating that he is both mentally and physically stronger, and when the time is right, he'll be ready to work hard and has every intention of going to the Super Bowl.
Everyone is allowed to have their own opinions, but those stats don't mean much. NFL running backs should be able to run and catch the ball, and that is his main role in the team and why he should just be paid as a running back.
Now let's take some time to go to the phones and get some listener feedback. Our first caller is Jake. Hi Jake, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So what's your take on the situation with Le'Veon Bell?
Well, I think the Steelers should pay him whatever he wants. If you look at the games with Bell versus the games with Connor, there was a lot more production on offense than with Connor. Bell has another outlet for Big Ben to pass to, so they should really pay him. I feel like he'll be back, and the Steelers should not trade him.
Well, thank you for your feedback, and we hope you have a good day.
That was an interesting opinion, but let's move on and go to our next caller, who is Michael. Michael, how are you doing today?
I'm extremely happy right now since the Steelers won. I feel that Le'Veon Bell doesn't deserve the money at all. He would have been the highest paid running back in the league if he had taken the latest offer. For him to say no, wanting even more money is disrespectful and a disgrace to the game of football.
Don't you think he has a bit of a reason of why he want that money due to the threat that he poses as a wide receiver as well as a running back? I mean, those dual threats coming out of the backfield are worth so much more to teams nowadays. Like, look at Alvin Kamara, what he's done to help Drew Brees and the Saints.
Yeah, you have a point, but we are seeing more dual threat running backs like Le'Veon Bell, Alvin Kamara, and even Saquon Barkley with the Giants. But if they should get paid as wide receiver as well, then where does it stop? Should people like Antonio Brown get paid as a lineman since wide receivers block on the outside run plays and as a kick return? As a kick returner paid as a lineman since wide receivers block on the outside run plays and as a kick return, that's different skill. I mean, it's unethical to get paid extra for each position. Every position has other duties they need to perform to help the team. They should be paid for it as well. If the Steelers would be crazy to pay more to have him. Yes, he's a great threat on the field and the pass play, but in my opinion, it just doesn't seem like a beneficial thing for the Steelers to put all their money into one player. That he isn't going to come back and help the Steelers at all.
Thanks, Michael. But now let's get into the Browns and Chargers game. The final was 38-14, and the Browns did not do well on either side of the ball, but they still played better than the refs officiated. Did you see that false start by Russell Okung on the 3rd and 6? That missed call was huge in that scoring drive. But like Cape Hearing, Coach Hugh Jackson takes responsibility for the loss and says that they will work harder for Week 7's game against the Buccaneers. We can only hope this week was the worst, but that's not the Browns' way, is it?
You know, Amanda, I thought the Browns were back, and we were a kicker away from being 5-0, it seemed. But we can't say that anymore, can we? After this week's disgraceful loss to the Chargers, 38-14, and the Bake Show is less of a show than he has been. With 2 interceptions and a 12.7 quarterback rating, Baker will have to rebound next week, and it will really show us what this rookie's got. He came out firing in the first game. Everyone was hyped. I thought he was going to be the next starting quarterback for the years to come. It's all going to depend on this next game, how he can come back from this extreme down in his career. The run game will also have to step up as well. With only 37 yards out of their starting back, Carlos Hyde, they're going to need much more production, blocking, and running to beat the Buccaneers next week.
Do you think Baker Mayfield has what it takes to be that next leading quarterback to help the Browns get to a tournament or championship?
I do believe so, but it's going to take a couple years. He's still a rookie. He's got a lot to learn. He's going to have to figure out how to work in the system a little bit better. Like he said in the interviews after this week, he said that it was a execution thing, not total effort. They gave the effort, it just wasn't executed well. So the more the offense learns, meshes together, it gets together for like a year or two, especially with incoming Jarvis Landry, I believe they could make a run soon, just not this year.
Well, that's all the time we have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Football End Zone on WRMU. Make sure you tune in next week as Brandon and I break down Week 7 highlights.